Everything in Ginny and Georgia has been building toward one final storm, and Season 4 is where every secret, every lie, and every broken relationship finally explodes. Fans are asking one big question: how will this mother-daughter story end? Today, we break down the truth about Season 4, starting with what we officially know about its renewal, and why it matters more than any season before. After months of rumors and fan theories, Netflix has officially confirmed that Ginny and Georgia is returning for Season 4. But this announcement came with an emotional twist. Season 4 will be the final chapter of the series. This means every storyline, every cliffhanger, and every character arc has been leading to this one last season. There will be no loose ends this time. The creators have already hinted that the final season will aim to close every major plotline with a mix of truth, consequences, and emotional payoff. The renewal did not happen overnight. After the huge success of Seasons 1 and 2, Season 3 pushed the family deeper into chaos, raising questions that viewers couldn't stop talking about. Netflix took notice of the massive online buzz, the fan campaigns, and the constant discussion on social platforms. This strong response played a huge part in securing Season 4, but the decision to end the series here also shows that the writers want to finish the story with intention instead of dragging it out. The production team revealed that Season 4 is being shaped as the big finish, meaning we can expect tougher choices, bigger confrontations, and a level of emotional depth the show has been slowly building toward. They described it as the season where the consequences finally catch up, not only for Georgia, whose past continues to haunt her, but also for Ginny, who is trying to understand who she is in the middle of all this chaos. With the show heading into its final stretch, every scene and every character moment is expected to carry more weight. Netflix also confirmed that the same creative team is returning for the finale. This is important because it means the tone, style, and emotional voice of the show will remain consistent. Fans can expect the same mix of humor, drama, tension, and heartfelt moments, but amplified. The writers know exactly where they want the story to end, and according to early hints, the final season will be more intense than anything we've seen from Wellsbury so far. Season 4 isn't just another chapter, it's the end of the journey, and the fact that it's been confirmed means the story is finally ready to reveal its biggest answers. Season 3 left viewers with a mix of shock, worry, and curiosity. The finale didn't just end with a twist, it ended with a chain reaction that will shape everything in Season 4. Georgia's past once again crashed into her present, and this time the damage spread wider than ever. Her secrets, the ones she spent years hiding, are now closer than before to being fully exposed. And as we saw in the final moments, the people she loves most are the ones hurt the deepest. For Ginny, Season 3 was another emotional roller coaster. She tried to find balance in her life, but the truth about her mother's complicated past continued to follow her everywhere. Ginny grew stronger, but she also grew more distant. She is torn between loving her mother and fearing the chaos that comes with being her daughter. The season ended with Ginny standing at a point where she must decide who she wants to be: someone who protects Georgia or someone who finally breaks free from the lies. Austin's storyline took one of the darkest turns. The moment that left fans speechless when Austin pulled the trigger changed everything. Even though he acted out of fear and confusion, the emotional impact of that moment will echo through the final season. Austin is still a child trying to survive a world built on secrets, and Season 4 will likely explore the consequences of what he witnessed and what he did. His character is no longer just the quiet observer. He is now directly tied to the dangerous world. Georgia tried so hard to hide from her kids. Marcus and Ginny's relationship also reached a fragile point. Their connection, once so intense and complicated, now feels uncertain. Marcus is struggling with his own internal battles, and Ginny is dealing with emotional wounds she doesn't fully understand yet. Season 3 didn't give them closure, it left them drifting, unsure if they belong together or if they are better apart. Season 4 will have to answer whether their love can survive the chaos around them. And finally, Paul and Georgia. Their marriage, which once seemed like a fresh start, is now hanging by a thread. The truth has shaken their foundation. Paul knows more about Georgia now than he ever wanted to, and yet he still doesn't know everything. The finale left their future unclear, creating a major question for Season 4. Will Paul stay, or will Georgia lose the one stable person in her life? Season 3 didn't end peacefully. It ended with tension, fear, and unresolved pain, which is exactly why Season 4 is set up to be the most dramatic season yet. Season 4 is shaping up to be the most emotional and intense chapter of Ginny and Georgia, because every character is now standing at a turning point. The story can no longer run from the problems that have been growing since Season 1. In this final season, the writers are expected to push each character into facing the truth about themselves, about each other, and about the consequences of their choices. One of the biggest focuses will be Ginny's emotional journey. After everything she has been through, anxiety, heartbreak, confusion, and the weight of growing up too fast, Ginny is finally stepping into a phase where she learns to choose herself. She loves her mother, but she also fears becoming like her. Season 4 will likely explore what kind of person Ginny wants to be when she is no longer controlled by Georgia's secrets. We may see her building healthier boundaries, finding her own voice, and deciding if she can forgive Georgia for the chaos she brought into their lives. On the other side is Georgia, whose past has tightened its grip on her future. Every lie she told, every crime she covered, and every secret she buried is hovering on the edge of exposure. Season 4 will force her to face the fallout she has avoided for years. Will she finally tell the truth? Will she run again? Or will she fight to protect her family one last time, no matter the cost? The writers have hinted that Georgia's character arc will take a powerful and emotional turn, possibly revealing her most vulnerable side yet. Season 4 could be the season where Georgia finally pays the price, or finally finds peace. Then there is Austin, whose shocking action at the end of Season 3 will carry heavy emotional weight. He didn't fully understand what he did, but he knows enough to feel scared and guilty. Season 4 will probably explore how this moment changes him. Austin may struggle with fear, confusion, and the need to protect his family in ways a child should never have to. His relationship with both Ginny and Georgia may deepen as he tries to make sense of the world around him. Marcus and Ginny's fragile bond is another major storyline. They care for each other deeply, but their personal struggles have pushed them apart. Season 4 may show whether they find their way back to each other or finally accept that they need to heal separately. Their relationship has never been simple, and the final season will test both their hearts and their maturity. Meanwhile, Paul's future with Georgia remains one of the biggest questions. He has seen pieces of Georgia's truth, but he still doesn't know everything. Season 4 may reveal whether he stands by her side or walks away for good. His decision will impact not only Georgia, but Ginny and Austin as well. These storylines set the stage for a final season filled with emotional payoff, tough choices, and dramatic confrontations. Season 4 wouldn't feel like the true finale of Ginny and Georgia without the familiar faces fans have grown attached to. And Netflix has made it clear that the core cast is returning to bring the story to its final chapter. This means we will once again see Antonia Gentry as Ginny and Brianne Howie as Georgia, two performances that have carried the heart and tension of the show from the very beginning. Their dynamic, filled with love, conflict, and emotional honesty, will continue to be the driving force of the story as both characters face their most difficult choices yet. Diesel La Torraca is also returning as Austin, and his role is expected to expand more than in previous seasons. With Austin now connected to a major twist from the Season 3 finale, his character is no longer just a background presence. Season 4 will likely dig deeper into his emotional state, his trauma, and his struggle to make sense of the violence and secrets around him. Fans may see a more complex version of Austin as he becomes a key part of the final storyline. Felix Mallard will return as Marcus, continuing his beautifully complicated relationship with Ginny. Marcus has always been a character, dealing with inner battles, and Season 4 may give him more space to confront those issues. Whether he and Ginny get back together or drift further apart, Marcus remains an essential piece of the emotional puzzle. His presence always adds depth to Ginny's story, and his arc may hold one of the season's more heartfelt resolutions. Sarah Weisglass will be back as Max, bringing her bold energy and emotional honesty. Max's friendships have been tested over the seasons, and the final one may offer her a chance to grow beyond her insecurities and misunderstandings. She's one of the show's most expressive characters, and Season 4 could give her a storyline that balances humor with personal growth. Just as important is the return of Scott Porter as Paul, whose future with Georgia remains uncertain. His role may shift dramatically as he decides whether he can truly handle Georgia's complicated life. Paul's choices will impact not only Georgia but the entire Miller family, making him a critical character in the final resolution. Other fan favorites expected to return include Katie Douglas as Abby, Chelsea Clark as Nora, Humberly Gonzalez as Sophie, and Raymond Oblak as Joe, the quiet, dependable presence who has always had a special connection with Georgia. Joe's storyline in particular may finally give closure to the long-running tension between him and Georgia, something fans have been waiting to see resolved. Though no official announcements have confirmed brand new characters, the final season may introduce a small number of new faces tied to Georgia's past, legal troubles, or unexpected twists. These characters would likely serve to push the final conflicts forward rather than start new arcs. The creators have hinted that Season 4 will stay focused on the main cast, giving them the endings they deserve. With the confirmed cast returning, fans can expect emotional depth, powerful performances, and a finale that brings every character back to the center of the story where it all began.